What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today we're checking out the Rosecraft blades Otter Barlow, and this is Andy Armstrong's take on the classic Barlow pattern, and one of actually a few different Barlow models we've seen from Rosecraft so far, which I'm definitely not complaining. Who doesn't love a good Barlow? Now, this one's coming to me by way of the Rosecraft pass-around group, so thankfully I'm actually able to check out both the Stag version as well as the blue Denim Micarta, which I think looks great as well. Now, these do come in at different price points. They're both model RCT020. Blue Denim Micarta has the dash BDM at the end, and then the Stag version is dash STG if you're searching for these. The Blue Denim Micarta version comes in at a price point of $60, whereas the Stag is a little bit more of a premium material. It's just more expensive to procure, and you do see that reflected in the price as well. This one is available for $77. Now, these are available now. However, you're not going to find them in stock on the Rosecraft website at the time of this video going live. The reason for that is they only end up receiving half of their shipment, the other half got lost. So they shipped all of those out to distributors. They didn't stock their website. They are going to get a replacement shipment in the future, so those will stock eventually. So if you're looking for those, you can sign up to be notified when they come in stock on the website, or you can pick it up directly from their distributors. My preferred distributors for them are traditionalpocketknives.com and Red Hill Cutlery. No affiliation with either of them, but have just had good experiences ordering from both of those. So I'll leave some links down in the description where you can find those, and those are available and ready to order now. Now, two different models again, but pretty much identical. The only real difference you're going to find in these is the weight, obviously our cover materials, and then the thickness of the handles themselves. And the reason for that is Stag being a natural material. It just depends on the cut of Stag you get. So your thickness may not be the same thickness as the one I have here, or really if you order multiple, they might not all be the same thickness. And that's kind of one of the cool things, obviously, about Stag. I think this one is kind of more your gentleman's carry, and the Blue Denim Micarta I think of more as like your working knife, and so kind of a best of both worlds situation. They do have really different offerings. I actually think I prefer the Blue Denim Micarta this time around. The Stag's obviously beautiful, but that blue is really speaking to me, obviously my favorite color, so maybe a little bit biased there, but absolutely love how this one turned out. Now, obviously based on a traditional Barlow pattern, and he stayed pretty true to the Barlow design. The only thing you might notice if you compare it to some of your more traditional Barlows is it does seem to be slightly larger than most of the standard size Barlows in my collection, but not by a significant amount. This one comes in at 6.4 inches in overall length, so still very manageable in terms of size. It's not going to be really, dwarfing some of the standard traditional Barlows, but it is slightly bigger than some of my other Barlows. And so that gives us 3.5 inches in our closed position, or our handle grip here, and that's a really nice full 4-finger grip for me. Barlows are obviously that kind of straight sleeve board pattern, and so very, very comfortable. You're not going to have any hot spots or anything like that. And since we're not contending with a secondary blade or anything like that, this offers really great ergos overall on this one. We get a 2.9-inch D2 steel clip point style blade, and you see of course we get that swedging at the tip, a signature of Andy Armstrong. We also have the nail nick deployment, really nice grind on here, Rosecraft stamp on our tang, and then we have D2 steel RCT020, and then whatever couple letters at the end depending on which model you pick up. Andy's maker's mark etched there on the back. Just very clean. As far as our fit and finish goes, it's pretty much identical between the two, and that's because usually with their fit and finish, you're not going to be able to find anything that you can even nitpick, and that's the case with both of these. They're just flawlessly finished, no gaps, everything is smooth transitions, beautiful fluted bolsters here. We also have that paw etch on the bolster. Now, for my personal preferences, I would prefer a blank bolster with no etching or stamps, but I do think the graphic itself looks really nice, and so we get the same obviously etching on either our Stag version or our Blue Denim Micarta. Again, no significant gapping or anything like that, and I actually feel that the action is also nearly identical on the two of these, and so that shows you that you're going to get a pretty consistent product. Now, as far as the walk and talk, as far as that pull goes, it's kind of on the medium side. I would rate it about a 5 pull, which is I think a more kind of general preference. I do like a little bit of a heavier pull, but I think a majority of the people that I've seen comment prefer something in the middle. Very few people like that ultra light where it's not super confident into the different positions, and so usually people like that kind of medium pull anyway. So both of these I would rate about a 5, and you can see nice in that half stop position. Everything's going to be completely flush no matter what position we look at it in, and it jumps nicely into each of those positions. Really great acoustics as well. And same thing on our Stag version. Now, I did mention the thickness being a little bit different between the two of these, and it's not really possible to provide a measurement for this Stag version because each cut is going to be a little bit different, and that's going to affect the weight a little bit differently as well, although it's probably only going to fluctuate in the hundredths of ounces, and so not a major difference depending on that cut. Now, I weighed these versions, the two that I have in front of me, at 2.87 ounces for our blue denim micarta version, and then 3.05 ounces for our Stag version. So a total difference of about 0.18 ounces, not a huge difference at all. I would almost expect a little bit more of a difference because obviously bone's just kind of a heavier material overall than micarta, but very little noticeable difference in terms of weight. And again, really nice sizing on both of these in terms of just standard size slips for them. Really cool knives. I'm glad to have checked these ones out. These are the only Barlows from the Rosecraft lineup that I don't already have in my collection, so definitely something that I may end up adding in the future. Would love to hear your thoughts on these two down in the comments below though, which of the two that you prefer. Like I said, I think I'm leaning blue denim micarta this round, which is surprising. I expected to like the Stag a little bit more, but I'm leaning blue denim micarta for my own preferences. But thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, checking out some of the other content. All helps the channel out a ton, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.